Hello and welcome back to another video. Today going to be talking about Forza Motorsport's Update 2.0, its first proper monthly update, which next week on the 14th of November will be releasing. The update includes bug fixes, of course, a new circuit, several new cars being added, both in the base game and for car pass owners, and more. So let's get straight into it. So over 200 bugs have been fixed, supposedly, including many fixes to specific cars, which they said there are far too many tiny fixes on all of these sort of things to list them. But here are the sort of main other fixes that they're adding. Rather excitingly, one of them is that they say replays are now working. So previously when you saved a replay and loaded into it, the cars either wouldn't move or they would start flying around and doing strange things, which despite this game being built from the ground up was a bug Motorsport 7 also suffered from. Anyway, in theory they have finally managed to fix that. There was, though, no mention of the liveries not syncing or importing, so I'm guessing that still isn't fixed, which is a shame. This is the problem that's truly ruining the experience for me at the moment. I just can't get my Horizon 5 liveries to sync, let alone import, so it's a bit irritating to see, especially as this isn't even on their known issues page, even though there's a very, very long thread about it on the kind of reporting bugs page on Forza's website in the forums. So it's disappointing to see that's still not on there, especially as they seem to be mixing three issues together that are kind of similar. Anyway, there's lots of problems with syncing and importing from Horizon 5, or reaching file limit and those sort of things, and they've not even acknowledged it in their known issues page, so I don't think that's going to be fixed for a while, unfortunately, which is a shame, because that is really what is most ruining the game for me at the moment. Anyway, there's also a new track coming in November, which is their updated version of Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. It has been in previous titles, but they felt the need to remake this, as they are doing with the Nordschleife, which should be coming early next year. But basically they've promised that each month there should be a new track. Yas Marina will be in November, there's some kind of surprise track in December, and then either January or February I think the Nordschleife will be arriving. So good to see, and each time a new track is added, it's going to be integrated into the Builders Cup single player series, as well as online races and stuff. So yeah, it'll be good to see the track list build up a bit, because it is a bit lacking at the moment, if I'm being honest. So most of the cars they're adding that aren't in Car Pass are called Spotlight cars, and go along with the Showcase Tour and Italian Open Class Tour, which are some new events in the Builders Cup. Anyway, there's a selection of events in the Showcase Tour, which we were shown with several new Spotlight cars and a couple of new prize cars as well. So each week there'll be a new event in the Builders Cup Spotlight Series thing, which you may remember before, where you could win the Acura racing car if you've played any of the Builders Cup. And along with these events, there was a Spotlight car which was available for purchase in the dealership. I don't know if it was only available that week or if it was discounted that week, so I would kind of make sure you go and get these when they are in the showroom and at their cheap price. So the first week of this update, they're going to be putting the Aston Martin V12 Vantage S as the Spotlight car, with the addition of the British GT Builders Cup. So it'll be great to see that car in the game. I'm kind of missing that, although given we had the DBS, I kind of didn't actually really realise it wasn't in here. But anyway, love that car, will be great to see it. Week 2 will be the Lamborghini Aventador SV, which of course, again, like the Vantage, comes across from the Horizon series, and also the MX-5 Cup, which is new, basically a lightly modified version of the MX-5 we already have. But yeah, I love the little MX-5 Cup, so hopefully we'll race that at some point. And along with that, because we've got the Lamborghini, we have the V12 Power Builders Cup. Then the third week's Spotlight car is the Veyron Supersport, with the addition of the Maximum Velocity Builders Cup. High-speed car, high-speed Builders Cup, kind of makes sense. And the fourth and final week has not one, not two, not three, but 4 Spotlight cars for some reason. Again, like the Horizon update, which I made a video on that went up about an hour ago, this seems a bit unbalanced with when different things are available and where all the content is. But anyway, the cars are the Celine S7 LM, which is also going to be in Horizon's new paid car pack for some reason, despite being a free addition in this game. The Spaniard GTA Spano returns, last seen in Horizon 4, I believe, and the MG6 X-powered TCR car comes over from Horizon 5. But most excitingly, the GMA T50 is finally coming to a Forza game. This mad, extremely loud V12 fan car from Gordon Murray, the kind of spiritual successor to the McLaren F1 almost, which is why it looks so similar, at least from the front. The back has that sort of big fan thing. But anyway, that's great to see. I just really want to see that in Horizon as well. That was actually a car before that game even came out that was on my kind of wish list, or I think this might be in the game list. But anyway, it's finally in a Forza game, so that's something. And this week also sees the addition of the Boutique Builders Cup, because it's a sort of small, very expensive car. The GMA T50 sort of kind of makes sense from a smaller, less-known company. There will also be a similar selection of featured rivals events each week, making use of some of these new cars. And there's also 2 more new cars, the Sesto Elemento and Ferrari 488, both return from previous games of course, but these are prize cars that we can win. So to get the Sesto Elemento, you must complete the new cups just mentioned, and to win the 488 you must do the Open Tour Italian thing, which is where the Audi R8 prize used to be. So if you haven't yet got the Acura or Audi R8 that are prizes at the moment, make sure you go and get them before the 14th, because once this update rolls out, I believe they will no longer be available. They will be replaced with the Sesto Elemento and the 488. So yeah, each update, it is quite important to make sure you get those cars if you want them, because they will disappear and be replaced with something else later. As well as this, the online spec series each week will be changing each week as it has been doing previously, but once this update drops, the weeks will be themed around Vintage Le Mans the first week, Subaru BRZ the second week, Birth of Grand Prix the third week, and the Forza P2 series for the fourth and final week, before hopefully update 3.0, which will hopefully fix some more stuff. So those are all of the kind of free cars that are coming to the game if you have the normal version or are playing on Game Pass, for example, but they also confirmed the 4 new cars coming in the Car Pass. As with previous Car Passes, there's 30 cars over 30 weeks, I think, before it runs out. But anyway, they confirmed what the 4 cars in Update 2.0 will be in Car Pass, which is the Lotus Type 40 on the 16th of November, which is a kind of Can-Am looking Lotus race car, the McLaren 720S and Mercedes AMG GT3 cars on the 23rd and 30th. Great to see 2 new additions to GT3 category, because we kind of have quite old GT3 cars apart from those at this point, so great to see some new ones, particularly like that 720S. And the Peugeot DG Sport Competition 308, which I hadn't actually heard of before, but as the name suggests, it's another race car. It's actually another TCR car, pictured somewhere on screen, so that'll be good. I kind of hope there's something that beats the Golf, but equally I hope that the cars in Car Pass aren't OP, because they are effectively paid, so that would be sort of pay to win. But anyway, that's coming, a new touring car, 2 new GT3 cars, and Lotus Type 40, so look forward to driving all of those. Overall then, I'm not really sure what I think of this update. There's not anything previous to really compare it to. The bug fixes obviously took a lot of their time, given there were so many bugs in this game. I just hope that they do actually fix as much as they promise it will. In the end, I would rather these updates fixed the game rather than added more content, or that they focused on fixing the game and making it all work properly before they start adding too much stuff. I am pretty annoyed that the livery sync and import from Horizon 5 still isn't mentioned, not even in their known issues, let alone in the fixing stage. So I think it's going to be a long time till they do that, if they even bother fixing it at all, so that's a bit irritating. Obviously they have to work on stability and important things like that first, but yeah, I feel like they've mostly done that now, and I'd like them to get to work fixing some of the other issues, or at least acknowledging that they are issues. Anyway, it will be great to get a selection of new cars, both in and out of the Car Pass, but I don't really want to have to do more Builders Cup to unlock the Elemento and the 488, because I'm already not really getting through them to get the first 2 cars, which I'm going to have to hurry up and go and do. So yeah, it's going to get a bit grindy, I think, like the festival playlist. Not that fun, but new cars at the end of it. Although, again, like Horizon, these new cars at the end of it are actually recycled from previous games. Anyway, if it does fix all of the bugs that they promise it will, then I'm pretty happy. Do let me know, though, what you think of this update and the state of this game at the moment. But for today's video on Update 2.0, that is all going to be all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next one very soon.